Last time on Vintage Story, we arrived on a new world and spawned on top of this mountain. We made our way down and lucked out when we stumbled upon a treasure hunter's camp. He let us use his home as shelter while we set up a camp right outside. There is where we did all of our clay forming and made our first copper tools. Then, not far from there, we made a house that we can call home, and that leaves us here. I didn't notice you guys. Welcome back. Now, I should have done a recap so I don't have to go over all this, and that's going to be new for me, and that's pretty cool. However, I have big plans for this building today. We need to add a smithy station. We need to get everything that's over there, then populate our house with it. I plan on filling this up, getting some actual chests, and of course just making it look nicer than it already is. Plus, I want to do some pit kiln stuff, and most importantly, I want to do some bees, which I believe there is some over there, and I think there's some over there as well. But most importantly, what we got to start off with is I need to get us some more copper. This is my only pickaxe right now, and it's nearly half broken, and if it breaks, then we're going to get sent directly back to the Stone Age. So that being said, I'm going to go back over here again, because there is copper over there, and of course some carrots. Yeah, we need to do some exploring as well. That way we can get some more seeds. We have our farm over there going, and my plan for today is to make it at least twice as big, not falling into any pits, and we'll see how that goes for me. Oh yeah, by the way, I did add some mods. As you can see in the bottom left, you can see the time and date. I know a lot of you guys like that, so there you go. And didn't I already dig down over here? Okay, right here. Yeah, so I believe this is one that I couldn't find anything in. Yeah, see, I was digging around and I don't think I ever found copper in here. But if I'm correct, there should be some under us. I think we have about 75 units back at the house. So even if I can get 25, that'll be another pickaxe and be a little bit of safety for us. But hopefully we find this very soon and I can just grab it right now. Okay, so I've gone pretty far down and I've yet to see any. I can't waste the entire pickaxe trying to get this. So we're just gonna head over to this other one. Right by the rift. I'm hoping that we'll have much better luck over here. We'll see. I believe there has to be something under us. Oh, okay, we actually found some. Wait, I actually need a real staircase out of here. I do not want to be trapped in here with that rift above us. So we'll place one piece of dirt there, and now we're safe. But anyway, give me a minute. I'm just going to grab all this. And I think that might have been it. I don't see any more in here. And that was 435. So with the stuff that I already have, that'll be about 5. By the way, I can see that rift through the ground. That is so weird. I don't think that was ever a thing before. But let's go back to our camp over here. Hopefully it's the last time that we go smelting over here. Let's grab the crucible, put it in, grab my coal, slap some in there. Oh yeah, I also need the rest of my copper. And we need my hammer. Let's get all that smashed up. And now we have 102. I'll only do 100. I'll save the extra 2. We're just going to get that split up in there. And we'll give this a light. There we go. By the way, both of these are done, and I do want to turn them into backpacks. This is going to require a bunch of cattails. Luckily, if you saw my last montage, I got a whole bunch while I was out there. Here's 9. That's not all of them, that's for sure. Here's 124. So let's grab both of these, slap them in, and then hopefully we can get 2 backpacks out of this, which we did. So let's get them equipped, and there we go. We got 2 more inventory spaces. Now I do know that I can break these down for more cattails, but we're just gonna keep them. Then we can use it for decoration later on. By the way, would you look at that? There's in fact some wildlife around my base. It's so beautiful. If he's still around for a while, we're definitely gonna try to capture this one. Also, how's our pit doing? There is bunnies! I think they're gonna despawn over time though. It's so sad. I would like to keep them. Wait, we have a male and a female. Oh, that's so sad. Imagine trying to keep these guys. The only reason why I'm not doing that is because I don't have any permanent light sources, so they can despawn over time. I learned that the hard way when I was trying to get my first chickens last series. But this is now done. We're just gonna get the tongs equipped, then we can pick up the crucible, and we're gonna just make 1 pickaxe. The rest are going to go into the ingots, but I'll probably turn those into pickaxes as well. Oh, you know what? One of them will go into an axe. I do need a ton of wood, so that's quite nice. Oh yeah, I can make 5 things. So, 1 more ingot will do. And there we go. So when all this is done in the morning, we should be able to go out and work on some bees. But before it gets too dark, I do need to grab some clay. I have some more molds that I can make because I did add a mod called Castaway. And the one reason why I got it was for the nails and strips mold. If you know anything about me, I'm going to be stacking a ton of chests. And that's the one reason why I go for them and don't make them by hand. Because we're going to just need a massive amount of them. And because of that, I don't feel too bad about it. So I do got to get those going. And some of you gave me an awesome tip, which is to just use peat for my pit kilns over there, which I definitely should have done, and that would have saved a ton of sticks. And we would have had ladders to go get bronze. So I'm going to be doing that from now on, just because there's an insane amount of peat around, and that would just be a better option. So we're actually going to go spend the night at my house. It is semi-lit up, as long as I can go and replace some of my... Oh god, that's a drifter. And there's a portal. I just got to replace the torches. Get them out. Oh god, oh god. I actually just like jumped in real life. They are all around me. We need one in here. We got to make sure to replace this one. Yeah, see, I can see that rift through my base. It's kind of hard to see, but it's definitely there. That is so weird. Okay, one more torch right here. So it should be relatively safe in my base. As long as they don't figure out how to climb up here, we'll be good. Can I do my pottery on this? I can. It's probably a bad option, but whatever. See, because of that mod, we now have a spear mold. I don't plan on making that. We had the nails and strips mold, a plate mold, which I also do not plan on using. If we need bulk plates, then we'll just go and make a windmill, which is already in the plan, and an arrowhead mold, which we might end up doing one day, but I'm not too interested in it right now. But I will make a couple nails and strip molds tonight, and very soon we'll be able to get some real trunks up, and that will make my life so much easier. So anyway, I'm gonna get to work on this tonight, and I'll see you in the morning. Okay, that will have to do. I've been at this for quite a while, and we have about 7 nails and strip molds, and a lot of ingots. It's funny that this isn't even gonna come close to what we're gonna need, but I'm sure it'll be plenty for a while. By the way, there's so many drifters at my door. There's even a shiver out there if we remember. I don't know what's happening right now, but they are just everywhere. There's at least 2 on each door. And if I peek out here, I can kind of see them out there. I know that there's a rift, but man, this is a lot. There's an entire army trying to get me right now. Oh, that's a Potorn. Yeah, this is not great. I need a back door as well. This was meant to be that. Where'd they all go? They all disappeared. I think they're all walking away. It's fine. They got the message. By the way, the sun is coming up at like 3 a.m. now. I don't know if that's a new change or something. I'm just not used to that, but that's pretty cool. And it means I didn't even need to have to sleep tonight. But yeah, I'm going to grab all these. I'm going to put them into the kiln. I should be able to get them going pretty easily now that we're going to use peat and not sticks. Firewood isn't an issue, and grass really isn't either. I got lots of grass. However, all these enemies are an issue, that's for sure. I think the plan here is we're going to get the spear out, and hopefully I don't die or get hurt. Let's go. Oh god, there's another Botorn. Zigzag. Zigzag. Through the trees. They won't be able to keep an eye on me. Oh, there's another one there. Yeah, I do think a temporal storm is coming pretty soon. We haven't had one yet, and I set it to default, which was like 10 to 20 days. And I think we're on day 15 so far, so I would expect one to happen pretty soon. Okay, let's try to make it over to my pit kilns. I think most... Oh, no. Oh, and they're spawning still. Okay, we're gonna do this later. I guess it's time for me to work on bees, and hopefully that rift disappears by tomorrow. So for now, we're just gonna slap these down, get them out of my inventory, and that'll have to do. Wait, I definitely need the cattails, and we need to open up our food vessel, grab some of the berries I stored away, and put that back. So yeah, we gotta get a bunch of flowers. It really doesn't matter which ones. I'm not trying to make it look super nice or anything. We just need to get it done. Oh yeah, I should be using my axe for this. As it turns out, using an axe on flowers and stuff makes it go so much quicker. And there really is no reason not to do that, especially with the granite axes. So that's what we shall be doing. Okay, so I got plenty here, and I've been collecting a lot of this heather. There's a lot near my base. And honestly, I really like the purple. I could see me making our new beehive completely out of them. I'm not going to be using the horsetail like last time. I really did like how that looked. But there was so many comments of people asking me to switch it up. Oh yeah, we're going to need some dirt as well. That way we can just make a little platform up by the skep. Oh yeah, and we need like 1 clay, don't we? So we'll just return to the base real quick. Yeah, there's drifters everywhere. Okay, grab the clay. And we'll just make 1 skep. And let's head over to the beehive. Oh god, there's a shiver right on my tail. Okay, it's fine. Okay, he turned around. We're fine. Oh my. I believe he chased me from all the way over there. Hopefully no portals around. And I gotta find this thing. Wait, I can see the bees, can't I? I think it's under this right here. Well, we shall dig down. Yep, it is right here. That actually makes things a little bit more difficult because we're gonna have to dig some of this out. That way we can get a platform, but it's not too bad. Oh yeah, and we got wild vines here. Okay, let's start to place down a platform. By the way, do you hear that awful noise that's happening right now? That is horrible. That might be the beehive, but it also sounds like it would be grasshoppers or something. Maybe I've actually stumbled upon a cicada hive. I don't think that's a thing. Anyway, I'm just gonna place down the skep right next to it. And then we're gonna fill this up with flowers. And hopefully when we come back, this should be all filled up. It's already a large hive, which means that it should only be a couple days until we can use this. But anyway, let's get away from that. That is horrible. I hope that sound isn't gonna follow me back home because that would be awful. And I want to go check on my farm, but I'm afraid of that drifter. I don't see it anywhere, so we're gonna have a look. Get the spear out just in case. So it's already 6 out of 7? Wow, that's going quick. How about the flax? It seems to be mostly 5 out of 9. The spelt is 5 and 4 out of 9. And my turnips are actually done. Ah, it had heat problems. My one turnip. Well, let's get it. And then plant it back. We did get 4 turnips though. That's huge. That's 1 stew. Oh, and our soybeans are 8 out of 11. That's what I'm very interested in getting. With that, we shouldn't even have to eat meat. We're still gonna, but we won't have to. Anyway, back to the base. We'll be setting up that farm today, but we just got to give it a little bit of time. We'll let that skep fill up. Then we'll start up a little farm over here. We don't need anything too crazy, but I want to get it set up so we can get some honeycombs, so we can start sealing up our crocks with all the wax, and that'll be pretty cool. But yeah, the rift is gone, so we can get all this set up. We're going to make ourselves some shelves in there. That way I can stack all the crocks in there into there, because I don't want to have to move them over here just to move them back over there in a minute. Luckily, I should have some boards already. Yep, we got plenty. So we'll go ahead and just make ourselves 10 and then put those back. So I think the plan here is I'm going to have some tool racks on here. And then I want some chests here. So I should be able to fill this up with shelves. Just like that. And I got 2 extras. So there will do, I guess. Well, that being said, I'm just going to grab all of our crocks real quick. We're going to do it 4 at a time. And we'll get it all put away. And that'll be the first step of fully moving into this house. So be right back. So there's all of our crocks set down, and I believe it's like 20 or so. So it should last me quite a while, and if I can get all of them filled before winter, then we'll be set. I did get all my molds, and we're going to get them down right now. The quicker I can get them situated, the better. Oh, we don't even have enough room for all of them. Okay, we need to make 2 more. It's not a big deal. I guess we're going to get 3 because it just makes sense. Oh, I actually needed 3. See, I can't math. Makes sense. Let's go get our grass. I know I have plenty, but I don't think we're gonna have enough for this, but we'll see. We got a stack in here and 55 right there. Let's see how far that gets us. And it actually was enough. By the way, I was just thinking, don't I still need sticks? I don't think that we can just use peat. Where was the nearest peat? Wait, is that peat? Okay, we got peat right here. Yeah, what I said about the peat might have been wrong. Yeah, we still need sticks. Dang, that is so unfortunate. My bad, guys. You can probably tell that I haven't had to do this very often. I've mostly been a sticks and firewood kind of guy, you know? That means we're gonna need so many sticks. So let's make a new copper axe. And we're gonna head over to the forest and cut down some trees. We're definitely gonna be going for oak trees. So let's get cutting. Oh yeah, this is a big one. I doubt my axe is gonna survive this. And hey, we were successful. This is so many logs. Yeah, we're gonna be set for a little while. We got about a stack and a half of wood and about the same for sticks. So let's head back to the pit kilns and let's start placing some sticks. And there we go. Now it takes about 4 peat per one of these. And we just got 4 done. But we need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Which means we need 44 peat. So let's get digging. And there we go. Yeah, that was actually super simple. And this should be quite a bit faster as well. And it's not a big deal saying how much peat is around my base. And if anything, I'm making the place safer because it's a fire hazard, you know? We'll just go ahead and borrow this torch. And let's light it up. And there we go. All the pit kilns will be done in about 16 hours. What? Oh, I think I just caught on fire. Was I too close? Am I on fire still? Hold on. No, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm very worried about this grass getting too close. And I'm surprised that grass hasn't spread to these outside blocks. But I know it should anytime soon. By the way, there's another rift over there. I'm telling you, that storm is coming. Any day now. But there we go. That's all going. And we're going to start to move some of the stuff over here over to there. We're gonna leave the smithy stuff until we get a smithy up, but we can definitely grab the chests. And I do got carry-on, so it's actually pretty easy. It's just gonna take a couple minutes to waddle on over, but it's gonna be so worth it. Okay, so good and bad news. We'll start with the bad news. There's a drifter nearby, and he chased me around here. Oh god. Yeah, I need some food, and the food is in here, but I need to get away from that drifter. Okay, hold on. We'll just grab some of this. It should be enough to get it back to my base. It is getting really dark out, but it should be enough. I don't know where he went, and I don't really care, to be honest. Most of my stuff is here, by the way. We have successfully moved pretty much everything into here. This can go here for now. We're going to close the door. Wait, torch out there. Let's go ahead and just replace all the torches. I got to remember to do that so none of them go out. Okay, there we go. But yeah, this place is feeling more lived in. But of course, these are going to go into the basement. Same thing with this. These are mostly going to be for decoration. I'll find a way to spread them out. We're going to have one trunk right here. We're going to have another trunk right here. And there should be one like right here. And we're going to have like some sort of shelf here that's holding it up. I think that will be pretty cool. But the only thing that we're missing now is our little smithy station that's going to go right here. And then we'll finally get to move all the rest of that stuff over. And we'll finally be set. All this food is spoiling. Do I have firewood? I don't, but I can always make some. We'll go ahead and just make 8. For now, we're just going to make a fire in the middle of my floor. We'll borrow this torch. Get it lit. Oh crap, my pots and stuff are over there. Okay, it's fine. We're just going to run over and grab one. I forgot I still need to move that stuff. So I need a pot and I need a bowl. 1 pot, please. 1 bowl. That's all I need. And we're back. Let's drop that in. I'm also going to grab my carrots. I think what I can do is just split that up into 3 like that. And then do the same for this. And hopefully that food doesn't get me sick or anything. I've never really had to cook spoiled food. And hopefully it's not a big mistake. But yeah, a lot of this is temporary. Remember, we're going to have a big fireplace right here. And that'll be where we do most of our cooking. I think it would be cool to have like a little kitchen island over here. And then we can put our bowls and stuff on that. I also plan on putting like a bowl and a jug here or something like that just for decoration. And of course, we can use it if we ever need. But yeah, I don't plan on cooking on the floor for all that much longer. Oh, you know, I should have put it right here. That would have been cooler. Either way, it feels nice to be safe. Although, I'm not gonna lie, that not having a window really bothers me. And we're gonna have to make some glass very soon. But our stew is done. So let's give it a bite. And there we go. No longer starving, so let's head to bed. And we're up. You know, when I slept right then, I kind of expected a warning for the temporal storm. It's putting me so on edge right now. I know it could happen at any moment. And it's hard to live with, you know? Well, let's check on these. They'll be done in about an hour. Very nice. So now that it's been a day, we're just going to head over to the bee farm and see how it's progressed. It was already a large hive, so there's a good chance that it's already ready. And then we can get that set up today, get us a whole bunch of honey to work with. And that'll be huge for winter prep as well. I wonder if that noise is gone now. Let's just run up. And it is indeed populated. So I do need to remove a backpack, but my inventory is so full. We'll get rid of some of the random flowers and the dirt. And now I should be able to remove one. I sure can. Okay, we shift right click it, and now we have it. So let's go relocate it back to our base. So for now, I'm just going to throw it inside of the house. It's going to be kind of noisy, but it's not going to be here very long. I just want to make sure that no critters get to it. And there we go. That's going to be the start of our bee farm. So I'm going to collect a whole bunch of flowers right now, and then we're going to set up the bee farm. So I'll see you guys in just a minute. And here we are. We officially have ourselves a bee farm up. It's really nothing special. However, it should give us plenty of honey, lots of wax to work with, and soon we might even have lanterns. So as you guys saw, I was also grabbing all the roots. And we have 111 now. So the plan here is probably going to be to get rid of all these trees right here and a lot of this grass and plant it down. That way I have easy access to it so I can start cutting it with a scythe. Then we'll be able to upkeep this pretty easily. I pretty much use double this for this farm. So we're also going to need to get a bunch more if I want to get this to be a lot easier. But we'll work on that later. I'm just happy to have this up. And this is pretty huge getting it this early. But the sun is going down, which means I need to get to my base. Come on, temporal storm. Tonight's the night. By the way, I also want to get some sort of shutter here. I can make these because of the mod that I have, the Opdoorpack, and these are so incredibly cool, and I added them here for that mod video, and it just looks so good. But now we need some leaded glass. Very soon we'll have that, and then I can get rid of this right here. Plus, it would also be cool to just get actual glass here. I guess that would be even a bigger step up, but we shall see. Anyway, it's already 2040, so let's go to bed. And still no storm warning. Wow, I must be getting super lucky. But let's get ourselves a pot of food. We can eat it up. And that wasn't much. I kind of expected that to fill me up. Wait, I still have some more in there. Okay, this is odd. Let's grab some more. Will this fill me up? No. And it's actually empty this time. So we can put that back down. I think I can even put my bowl right there. There we go. See, the table's already working out. And my entire inventory is full right now. It's actually getting kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to store away what I can right now, which wasn't much. I can always put the knives on this. I did make this really quick because I had some shovels pre-made. I was expecting to dig up that bee farm a little bit more, and it wasn't required. However, we're probably going to do that pretty soon. I have a really cool trick with this bee farm. And we just dig one block directly under this, and then we add a ton of flowers because right now, hold on, I gotta go to the actual one that has bees. It has 143 bees right now. Oh, look, this one's already populated. Same thing with that one and that one. But yeah, it only has about 143. This one even has 132, and we could even double it. And apparently part of the update made it so that the bee skeps can see flowers from a bit further down. So I might even be able to triple layer it, and these things will go so quickly. And honestly, I think that would be super worth it. But since it's morning, I'm just going to run around real quick. And I'm going to be looking for some more flint, some more vegetables and stuff for me to add to the farm. And we're also looking for some copper. If I can go ahead and get us some copper, we're going to be so set. I want to start making some nails and strips. That way we can get some actual chests. By the way, some of you wonder why I don't just right-click the rocks. And I have a really funny story about that. So the first time I ever played Vintage Story, I did it on a server with some friends. We didn't get very far, but one of the things that we did have was the worms mod. I think it might have been primitive survival, and it added worms that could spawn directly under rocks. And like 1 out of 3 rocks would have worms under it, and every time you right-clicked it, it would just completely crash your game. And that's why I never do it. I know that it doesn't make sense anymore, but it just kind of became a habit after a while. So yeah, I'm going to try to break that habit. I'll try to right-click some rocks, some sticks off the ground, stuff like that. Even though I don't think it was that big of a deal. But you know, it's time to break the habit, okay? Ooh, copper. Okay, this is perfect. I'm actually going to dig down immediately, and we're going to try to grab this copper. And there we go. This one was actually easy to get. All we need is a couple hundred copper, and then we'll be able to start throwing trunks up like crazy. And that'll solve my storage problems for like 1 day. I have a really big hoarding problem. I don't like to throw out any of my loot, and I'm also not that big on sorting my loot, so it becomes a problem pretty quickly. So we're going to require a lot of chests. But I think that was all of it. We got about 330. I think that's 3 of the molds that I have. Oh, there's more copper right here. Okay, let's start scooping. This one has a lot of copper too. Okay, let's dig down. Hopefully underground also has a lot of copper. Watch, it's gonna have 0. It's gonna be one of those ones that I can't find. Oh, no, I definitely found it. So let's grab all this real quick. Oh god, I just heard a wolf. There's definitely a wolf above me. I haven't seen one yet, and I'd like to keep it that way for a little bit longer. So I'm gonna try to hide down here and then run away from that thing. Let's see. 960 units down here alone. Plus we got that 330, which will be plenty of tools, plenty of chests. Well, let's get up here and let's just go. Anyway, I'm still gonna do a bit of running around. I just want to find some stuff for the farm. If I see more copper, I'll definitely mark it down. But my pickaxe is about to break, so it's not like we're gonna grab much more right now. I should have some more picks back at the base though, so potentially I could grab it later. Also, very soon I'm gonna have to start running around and picking up a ton of these berry bushes. And I've completely forgotten which of the bushes I really like. I think it's these red currants. If I'm correct, they last longer than the other berries. So later on, we might just have to run around and only pick up that bush, because it seemed like it was the most worth it out of all of them. Oh, dude, would you look at this? This could be a really cool base location right here. I don't think I'm gonna use it, and we're gonna be looking for something a little bit more specific. But yeah, this could have been cool. Oh, we just found a bunch more copper. This time I'm gonna leave one of these behind. That way I know exactly where to dig down. And a lot of you spam me with this tip, by the way. Apparently if I press this right here and then this, it automatically names it copper. Okay, that is actually super cool. And if there's any other ones like that, please let me know. I honestly had no idea that that was a thing. And I wonder what else we could do with that. Oh look, there's a bunch of goats up there. Don't worry, soon we'll start working on animals. We're not quite there, but soon we will. First, I need a steady supply from my farm to get a whole bunch of grains. Then we need an even bigger supply of it because I plan on making a bunch of bread. But we also found some copper here. So yellow and pickaxe. There we go. Yeah, honestly, that is amazing. So thank you again. I'll never stop learning vintage story, I swear. Is that bunny dead? And if so, what did that? We're just gonna get a closer inspection. Maybe he's sleeping, guys. He could be sleeping. No, that's dead. He looks like he's been crushed. And I don't have a knife on me. Hold on. We'll see if we can get some fat from him. There's one knife blade. Okay, come on, fat. And nothing at all. Break the bones. Small bones. Okay. Yeah, we definitely could use some. Oh, I think I know what killed him. Well, it said he was crushed. There's no way a fox is going to crush him. Oh, more copper. See, this is what it's all about. Okay, so my inventory is pretty full. I didn't get that many seeds, but it was still some, that's for sure. Oh, blueberries. Do you think there's a bear? I haven't seen a bear yet. I also hear more. Yep, there's another beehive here. Wow, I'm getting super lucky on this world. Yeah, I haven't seen a bear yet, though. I'm kind of surprised. I know that just because I said that, I'm going to get mauled by one very soon. But anyway, let's head back to the base. We can get my inventory cleared. I also have some seeds over there already, so we'll make a small addition to this farm. And then very soon, I got to start working on bringing the farm up to here. There's no reason for me to keep it down there that much longer because we have the ability to make buckets. But for now, we'll just leave it down there. It's definitely not a big deal. So I put all my seeds together. We actually have a decent bit now. And we're just going to grab my shovels real quick. And we're going to go expand upon that farm. The sooner I can get all these planted and then grown, the better, you know? So let me grab a whole bunch of dirt real quick. Then we'll get all this planted. And here we are. So yeah, we have a pretty big farm now. And I definitely didn't mess it up a couple more times. Oh, this looks so awful. But it's functional. And the next time that we have to do another big expansion on it, we're going to completely remove all this. Then we're going to move it up by our base. And I think that'll be pretty big for us. By the way, it does seem like our carrots are done. So we're definitely going to grab these real quick. This is so much food. Yeah, look at all the carrots pouring. Oh yeah, that is so many veggie stews. This is what it's all about. Then we should be getting a bunch of seeds off of these too, so we can plant them back up at our base again. The soybeans are almost done. That's like the most important thing to me other than the flax. But the rest has some more time to go. And I definitely planted a bunch more carrots too. We already have about 27 seeds. I think there's about 25 planted in here as well. Plus, we'll get some from the harvest. So we'll have so many carrots. And the flax, this is what it's all about. This is why we need to go on another big journey. Or at least a big journey. I don't think we've ever gone on one yet. But we're gonna soon so we can grab a whole ton of flax. But for that, we're gonna need some more animal hides so I can make more backpacks. But yeah, pretty much 2 stacks of carrots. We are gonna be so set. And that means that we need to get a cellar up pretty quickly. Now, one idea that I had was what if we go and make our cellar up there? I do believe putting them on top of mountains makes them last so much longer because it's cold up there. By the way, all of our nail molds are done, but it's getting a bit dark. So unless we have a storm tomorrow, the plan is to get up bright and early and make some nails. That way we can get some trunks up. Then all these vessels are going to be moved downstairs into our basement, which we had to make, and we'll be able to store all of our food. I don't even know what I'm going to do right now. I got to figure this out and get these carrots in there. Okay, that was easier than I thought. And they'll be fresh for 31 days. In a cellar, they'd probably last like a year. So yeah, that is not amazing. But hey, that's 31 days of food. Now we just need some wax so we can get our crocs filled and then sealed. But yeah, that's going to be about a week until we start getting some. But it does seem like all these are completely populated now. And if I can get some more cattail production up, then perhaps we can start getting an even larger bee farm. I think the cattails are all going to be planted right here. And then I need a place for our farm. Honestly, I think the best place for the farm would be like out here in this area. So we might even have to get rid of our pit kiln, but that was always the plan. Just completely fill this place out with farms. And I think I am going to grab the primitive survival mod only for the troughs that we can make. I don't even know if that's what they're called, but it's the little waterways that we can put down. Again, that makes our farm less efficient, but it just looks so cool. So why not? That'll be the plan for very soon. Either way, let's go to bed. Surely we got a storm. And we're up. Nope, no storm. However, I do hear a rift. Yeah, that's pretty close. Either way, let's grab our hammer and let's find the rest of our copper. There should be quite a bit around here. There we go. And we're just going to grab our nails and strips molds. As many as we can, then we're going to get them all filled up. So we did get about 7. I'll also grab some of these. And we'll get some copper ingots filled up as well. Maybe I can make a few plates and get that ready for lanterns because we're so close to being able to. And I've been picking up a ton of flint, so I could potentially make enough fire clay. That way we can start smelting some glass. But here we are. It seems mostly safe. We're just going to get these down. And we need a big place for all of our ingots. By the way, if you're wondering about this scythe, it's practically broken. It's got like 1 HP, but I'm going to keep it around for decoration, and that's why I'm not breaking it. I think it would be cool to have that at the base. Just lean that up against the wall or something. That is absolutely in the plans. But let's smash all the copper. We'll grab my crucible, slap that on, get that all split up. So that's almost 15 right there. We'll just put the rest into this thing right here. And I gotta go get our coal real quick. I always forget something. This is why I need everything in one compact space. Later on this video, we're definitely getting our little smithy station up here, as well as the cellar. So expect that to be today. Okay, there's our coal. Let's head on back. We're also gonna have to make some more coal today. So I might make a permanent pit kiln for us. That way we can just fill it up and not have to dig holes. Because right now, this is all we have. Which I also have some coal in there. I might as well grab that. Was it like 2 pieces? Better than none. So anyway, let's throw that in. Can I take a fire starter to this? I've never done that. But yeah, we can. Okay, that is kind of cool. I've done that with firewood in there. I've just never done that with charcoal. So let me grab my axes real quick. While that's going, I'm just going to grab a tiny bit of firewood and we'll get that small charcoal pit filled up. Also, while we're here, we're going to check on the fruit tree. It said it was young, so I don't expect fruit this year. Yeah, definitely not, but that would be amazing. I also need to figure out how to get rid of these branches. I know that we can just cut off a bit and then plant them elsewhere instead of breaking down the whole tree. And I'm going to learn that in this series. We're going to figure it out, I swear. But let's cut down some wood. We don't need a lot, and we're just going to grab pine for this. Oh, we have a temporal storm approaching. I knew it had to be soon. I wasn't crazy. So yeah, I would expect that to be sometime tonight. Hopefully we have enough time to get all the nails made. Then we can just sit there and hide at my base tonight. And there goes one axe. Also, I'm trying to get a whole bunch of sticks so I can get some ladders and then we can head out and try to get some of that bismuth. And perhaps we can get some bronze this video. I think that is very likely and would be a very big upgrade. I just heard something. And I know I'm next to some blueberries, which means I'm afraid of bears. Hello, is there any bears around? Oh, I heard it again. It was like right in front of me. Okay, so there was definitely an animal over there, which means I'm gonna go this way. There is simply no chance that I can take on a bear right now. Okay, that'll have to do. And I assume my copper is almost done. So let's head back home. Real quick, let's get all that turned into firewood. My axe broke with 2 left. My tongs are not here. And that is not even done yet, so we're fine. So let's get the firewood placed. And we're missing about half a stack. Luckily, I should have some more wood back at the base. We gotta go over there for the tongs anyway. Oh crap, I don't even have any torches here. They all burnt out. I'm so glad that I looked. Yeah, we're gonna need those for tonight. Okay, we'll grab that. And my tongs are here. We'll make ourselves a flint axe real quick. There we go. I at least need 32, which I got. Let's get the rest down. Then we can get all that filled up, except for this one right here. We'll place grass. Then some firewood. I'll take a fire starter, please. Let's get it lit. And there we go. Just get that placed. And later on, we can come and collect that. Okay, let's just make a couple of torches. We're gonna need some more, but we got some grass back at the base. This is almost done. I'll grab some grass while we're waiting, because why not? And that should be plenty. Yeah, 16 will do. Okay, the copper's done. Let's quickly get all this poured. Oh yeah, this is gonna be so many nails, so many chests. There we go, 7 filled. The rest will go into ingots. Oh yeah, also, let's get ourselves an axe. We'll get ourselves a shovel. I already have a pickaxe, but we'll take that one. And then we'll get that filled again. And now we can do ingots. All right, now we should only have about 85, which we're gonna finish that. And I guess we'll just add the rest into there. Okay, I feel like we're set. And now we're just gonna return home and make some food, because I'm gonna start starving, and if I have to run away from some enemies, I want to do that on a full stomach. Also, we're gonna add some firewood to this, and all of our torches. We'll get that lit real quick. We'll get that started up. That should get all these lit very quickly. Then we can get those placed. Okay, we got 5 torches so far. We're just gonna get these down immediately. Make sure the house is super well lit up. Not that it's gonna help us, but it'll make me feel better, and that's what matters. Very soon we'll have some lanterns. Then let's grab the bowl. Let's grab some carrots. I also have some onions I can cook up. And we're making 5 servings of hefty turnip carrot stew. And now we can just put away the rest. Okay, our stew is done. We'll just leave that in my inventory. And I can grab a bowl whenever I need it. Let's eat up. And that was about half of my bar. So good thing I made 5 servings. But yeah, that was nice. Also, we're gonna take the firewood out, and we'll throw the rest of my coal that I have in there, and we'll throw our flint in there. By the way, I keep calling it calcified, and I'm very sorry, but just know if I ever do that, I actually mean calcined, calcinide. So after hearing that, I'm sure you guys are much happier with me saying calcified. And yeah, we're gonna start making some. That way we can get some fire clay up. We can turn that into flint chunks, which we can grind into powder with a quern, and with that, we can make ourselves some fire clay by just mixing it with some red clay that we have around. And with that, we can make ourselves an oven and start smelting up some glass for the house. And lanterns, of course. Which I think will be a big upgrade. By the way, I also want to do some stuff with this floor. I figured I should mention that. I'm thinking about changing it out with mud clay. At least for the inside there. I think this is going to stay wood. And we definitely need some more work on the outside here. So definitely expect that in the future. But yeah, look at that. We're gonna be so set. We're basically just waiting on the storm now. I really shouldn't be leaving that far. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna collect a whole bunch of grass. I know it's not the most important thing ever, but hey, I'm sure we're gonna need it for some more pit killing stuff later on. And I can do this right outside my front door. So that being said, that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I'll see you guys once the storm gets closer. Oh, the storm is imminent. It's gonna be here any second. And I guess it's gonna end right about nighttime. So we'll be able to sleep directly after it. So real quick, I'm just gonna throw another torch there. We're gonna overlight this place entirely. To there. I'll get one in front of this door. Screw it, one back there. And I'd say we're about ready. I got my falcons. By the way, I need to make some armor. This could get a bit rough tonight. I really want to start going for this new armor. There is the black bear hide armor. I think there's even one for like brown bears, stuff like that. So it's definitely in the plan to get some of this. But we can also make some of this improvised armor, which I might be able to get done right now. Do I have any firewood around? Okay, we do. And I have the grass. Oh, the storm is here. Okay. It's fine, it's fine. Grass. There we go. We got one piece of armor. We're just gonna throw that on. I can also make ourselves a straw hat, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well. We'll get that on, and I do believe that there is some shoes and gloves. I just don't happen to know what it is. So if you do, please let me know and I might make it. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, I thought that was inside. But yeah, I pretty much plan on wearing this until I skip over to the bear hide. I'm not gonna be going for bronze and stuff again. That was a bit of a mistake. Maybe I'll go for leather, but I expect to go for the bear hide first. And wish me luck. I'm basically just gonna sit here, wait it out. If anything pops in here, I'll fight it. But if not, I'll see you guys at the end of the storm. Hey, the storm isn't over, but I figured we'd take a moment and just say hi, Dave. There he is. We can only see his feet. And there's no way we'd miss an opportunity to say hi. I don't even hear anything anymore. It's a little bit worrying. Okay, I definitely hear them. Oh, I just got shot at. Can the Bowtorn shoot through this? I don't even see anybody anymore. Where are you guys? They can definitely shoot through this, that's for sure. Oh yeah, I can see him. I think that's a shiver. Anyway, we were just saying hi to Dave. And the storm is over. Yeah, so honestly, that wasn't that bad at all. Not a single thing spawned in here. And I have no mods that make it so they can't, by the way. I just want to make that clear. But the world, it looks so green again. Anybody still out here? I see a Bowtorn. Yeah, why not? Let's hunt him down. You, sir. I'm not gonna let you disappear. You're gonna die. Okay, let's try to loot him. Come on. Ooh, a bone arrow. That's one of the new things. Hey, I'm glad I got it. I don't plan on really using it, but that's cool. But yeah, we might end up making a bow sometime, but I don't really plan on maining it again. You can see that we are definitely melee oriented. We are a true symbol of power. But anyway, it's a little bit early, but we're gonna go to bed anyway. So I'll see you in the morning. And we're up at 2 a.m. Not amazing, but the sun is still kind of coming up. I don't know what's happening to my world, but I feel like it's a lot brighter than it used to be. Am I like really far down south or something? I don't think I am. Also, why doesn't this chunk have color? It's so strange, but not a big deal. Well, let's head over to our camp over here real quick. I think our nails should be done, which they sure are, so let's get them. And now we got 28, which means that we should be able to get some trunks up right now. And I'll finally be able to empty out my inventory. I should have plenty of planks just lying around. So let's do it. There we go. There's 16 chests right there. And there's 28. This is so overkill for what we plan on doing. Oh yeah, I want to make trunks real quick. We're not going to turn them all into trunks immediately, but we'll definitely get some. I don't know what my storage situation is going to be like in here, so I don't want to commit to anything. The plan is we're going to have our chests like this over here. We're going to have some sort of shelf that holds this up, and that's why I can't fill this up. I've gotten so many comments about people talking about how I place Minecraft chests and have Minecraft chest rooms. So I'm going to try to change that up for a little bit. I don't know how long that's going to last. You try to make your chest rooms look super nice when you're trying to hold that many things, okay? But the plan is to also put one right here. So we're going to use our carry-on and just move these over. One can go there, and one can go there. Then we can place another trunk right there. We still got 3 to work with. So for now, we're just going to place them up here. And now we have an actual reason to be up here. These 16, we're gonna have to find something to do with them. But hey, I can now empty out my inventory, and I don't even have to act like I'm sorting my loot chests. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm just gonna scoop up everything that we own and then throw them into the chests. And we'll try to free up just a little bit. Okay, so this is all the food that I have to my name, and we're not doing half bad. And these 2 chests have everything else that I own. So if you want to take a good look, this is what we have in that chest. And then this is what we have in this chest. I also just need to go ahead and get rid of this. I don't plan on reusing that, and it's just taking up an entire inventory spot that we don't need to have. So let's just throw that over there, and hopefully I never pick it back up. By the way, if some of you are wondering why I needed firewood and I have this here, this is permanent. This is a decoration. I'm gonna try my best to not steal from it. Just wanted to make that clear. But yeah, guys. We now have so much inventory space, we're starting to fill this up, and I think the next thing that we gotta do is make some sort of staircase that goes down. It might even be like right here. Maybe I can start it right here next to this stair, and then make it curve down so it goes under this right here. And then we need to make some sort of cellar. That way I can store my food and all of that doesn't go to waste. So that being said, that's exactly what I'm gonna get started on. And hopefully by then we can start to work on getting lanterns for this place so I don't have to micromanage all the lights. And after that, all we gotta do is throw up a little smithy station. And this place will officially be a real home. Of course, there will be so much more for us to do, but that's my short-term goals. Anyway, I'm gonna get all this moved and we're gonna start to work on the cellar. So I'll be right back. And welcome back, everybody. I have some stuff to show you guys. So I don't know exactly what I've shown you guys. The time lapses were a bit difficult as I was in really cramped spaces. I do believe I got some of this, and we now have an official fireplace inside of our house. It's a low bar, but we got one. As well as we officially brought all of our smithy stuff over here, and I basically just copied that onto here, and I brought everything over. It's nice and cramped, just how I like it. And of course, there's a rift right outside. By the way, these fences aren't going to help us. They're not like super protective or anything. And you can just hop over it, but it's there for decoration. Also, if you've noticed, I've added a ton of bushes. I ran around just picking up a ton of them. And not even for the food, to be honest. I just really wanted it for decoration. And I think it looks pretty great around the house. So yeah, that's why we have a whole bunch. I also did a bit more beaming. I think that looks pretty cool on the front. Hold on, let me back up. Yeah, I do think that looks pretty cool. Also, something I gotta report is that we do have honey. Look, it's all populated. It's beautiful. And we'll be collecting that very soon. Also put down a small path. It's obviously super broken up and it's not going to do much for speed, but I think it looks pretty cool that way as well. And we're also going to split it so we can bring it to our farms that's going to be over there, and our pit kiln will probably be like over here-ish. So expect that. Now for the biggest thing that I definitely didn't show you guys is the staircase down to the cellar. Now you can probably tell that this was super cramped, and this is it. I think it looks super cool. It's only 1 block thick, and that made it awful for the spectator cam, not gonna lie. Like, if I set it up right here, it would have just been such a pain. But all it is it's just some walls with like little support beams on it, and a tiny bit of detail on the top. This super cool door that I added that it's very hard to see because I'm so close to it. But yeah, I added all this, and I think it's pretty cool, and it opens up into this hallway. It's basically just a nice little stone wall with these little lighting nooks inside. I don't think I can actually put any candles or anything in it, but it'd be super cool if I could. Either way, I think it just adds a little bit to the room. And here's our storage room. And I even implemented some wood into it. I believe I have found a way to make wood viable in this, and I think you guys got to see it. But I started with cobblestone, and then I chiseled wood onto it, so it's still considered as a cobblestone block. That way our stuff won't spoil super quickly. So we have 0.2x for vegetables, 0.13x for grain, and 0.2x for others. See, if I try to cut down this block with an axe, it's kind of bad. But if I try to do it with a pickaxe, it goes pretty quickly. And that's why I think it will work. It's considered a stone wall. And also, yeah, I added some crates. This is what I'm going to be using for my grain very soon, and I doubt it's going to be enough. By the way, I've been having spawning problems down here. That's why we have 2 torches here and then 1 here. Originally, I was hoping 1 right here would do it. Then I thought 1 up there and 1 there would do it, and no. This place has been kind of dangerous, not gonna lie. And our house is finally starting to get to the point that we definitely need lanterns like right now. There's too many torches required, and I don't feel safe without the lanterns. So I think that's gonna be our next step. Other than that, we absolutely need to get windows down. That is one of the last things that we need to do to get this place secured. Lanterns and windows, which means that we need that fire clay. But when I was cooking the flint with you guys, we only managed to get 4 of these, which means that we need a lot more charcoal. So I do believe that's gonna be one of the next things that we do, is just make a really big charcoal pit. How did I miss this flax? It's so close. Hey, we'll take it. But real quick, before we do anything else, we need to go over to our farm real quick. Oh yeah, real quick, I gotta show you this. Look at this. We caught a bunch of foxes. You can see that there's a bunch of bones, and those were the bunnies. I do need to get rid of the bones, but they're kind of in the way. Yeah, I guess it lured a bunch of foxes, and now we just have a bunch of them down there. I don't even know if we can tame them, but that would be so cool. I don't know, maybe I can keep them as a pet or something. Either way, we're gonna go to the farm, and we're gonna be picking up berries as we go. I know we have carrots, but I want to save that as long as I can. That way we can get fully prepped for the winter. But our soybeans are done, so let's pick them up. And there we go. We got 7 seeds and 30 soybeans. Didn't we start off with 7? I'm not too sure. The spelt is nearly done. The carrots is nearly done. And the flax is 1 off of being done as well. So we're getting so close. And the turnips are still stunted by heat, but will be done as well. So expect a lot more food coming in pretty soon. Oh yeah, and I'm not replanting here. This is the last harvest. Everything here is going to complete. Then we're going to move it over up there, which should hopefully be pretty soon. By the way, something that we do got to do very soon is I want to add some actual chimneys to this place. Well, not chimneys, but the chimney smoke. There's a bunch of these chimneys that you can make with like bricks and stuff, but there is a decorative chimney right here, and all it requires is a chisel and a chimney. Then we can keep the look of what we have up there and just always have smoke pouring off, and I think that would look super cool as well. But let's go downstairs real quick. We gotta store some of our soybeans. Nobody in here, that's sweet. We'll just throw them in. And I guess we're just gonna make one of these my seed chests. It's completely unnecessary, and I always do this. I always store all my seeds in my basement. I don't know why, but my brain just thinks it has to go this way. So that's what we shall do. And we're gonna get another axe made and a couple granite ones with it. That way we can go cut down a bunch more trees. We need all the firewood we can get. That way we can get a real charcoal pit up and going. As well as I need a whole bunch of sticks. That way we can get some ladders, and then we can go and try to find that bismuth, which is something that we're going to do right after we get the charcoal going. There's 3 more. We should have plenty here. I'll even get rid of the pickaxe for extra inventory space. That can go there. And we're just gonna head over to our local forest and start deforesting. Don't you worry, I'm not gonna do what I did to my last one. Ooh, flint. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, last time I completely deforested around my base and it was awful. This time, the plan is to actually add trees to this place. I think this place would look super cool if it was actually a forest. If I can find some redwood, that's exactly what we will do. If not, we'll probably mix some maple, birch, and oak. I don't know why I'm not the biggest fan with pine trees. I do really like these maple trees though, but I don't like the planks it makes. But it'll be fine for firewood, that's for sure. So it doesn't matter what it'll look like. Anyway, I'm gonna get to cutting down some trees, so let's start cutting. Oh god. Oh! I'm being jumped by a whole bunch of drifters. I just wanted to cut down this massive tree. Where did 3 of them come from? I know there's a portal over there, but they were coming from up here. Die! This is my tree. I'm gonna have to restart cutting that down, aren't I? That's gonna suck. Die. Die. One more. Okay. And yeah, we have to restart it. Alright, I might as well go find a different one. Oh, this one's big. And this copper here. So let's cut this down and then we're gonna go home. And there we go. Yo, so we did definitely go through some of my axes here. And we got so much wood out of this. And so many sticks. Hopefully it'll be enough for the charcoal pit as well as the ladders. And there's bees in this tree too. My world is so lucky on bees. Wait, that's a shiver. Okay, back up. I was considering cutting that down. Oh god, he's chasing. Just keep going. That's a whole lot of not my problem. Jeez, the rifts are everywhere today. Oh yeah, current rift activity very high. That'll do it. Hey, lots of berries though. I'll take all these. I really need to find some animals, to be honest. We need the hides so I can make the backpacks, and picking up all the berry bushes around so we can bring like 200 back to the base. Also, something I've noticed is look at the stuff behind my base right now. You can see through the mountains, but if I jump, it appears again. It's something that's been bothering me. It's so weird. I don't know why it's happening, but you can see the top of the mountains when I still do that. Very weird bug, but not a big deal. Anyway, we got 2 stacks and 40 oak logs, and we got nearly a stack of maple. So that should be plenty of firewood, and we basically got 3 stacks of sticks. Man, it's really raining over here. And I have no windows, so this isn't counted as inside, and we get the full volume of it. Anyway, I'm gonna make a big charcoal pit right outside of our kiln. I don't know how big exactly I want it. Maybe we'll do it like this part of the kiln to this. This is 5 wide. Is that too much? I feel like I'm gonna regret that. We're gonna do a 5x5, and we'll make it 3 deep, okay? We'll make it a little bit easier on myself. But there should be plenty of charcoal for us to work with. Okay, there we go. We'll get some of this chopped up, and let's start filling this up. Oh, dude, you gotta be kidding me. That was all the wood. I almost filled it up, except for 1. Luckily, we should have some more wood around here. Okay, yeah, I have plenty. So we'll get that chopped up real quick. Then we'll get that filled up. We just gotta cover this real quick. We'll throw 1 grass down, some firewood, and there we go. That's a charcoal pit. Let's get it lit, and let's plug it up. But yeah, there we go. That should be plenty of charcoal for us in the future. Later, we'll make a bigger one and a more permanent one, but for now, that'll have to do. And it is getting late, so we're gonna go to bed real quick. So let's go to bed, and we're up. Wow, it's still really pouring down hard right now. I literally have to yell over it right now just to hear myself, but whatever. But anyway, let's make a whole bunch of ladders. There's about a stack there, but we need even more. We're just gonna make all the ones that I possibly can. And there we go. 2 stacks into half. I got a full pickaxe, we'll eat some food, and then we're gonna head out and try to get that bismuth. Okay, there goes all my berries. We'll just have to pick more while we're out. Not a big deal. So I think one of these had very small on bismuth, if I was correct. Okay, very poor right here, and very poor right here, but this one had more. Yeah, so we're gonna go over here. We're just gonna mark that real quick. Nah, I was hoping it would call it something else, but let's pin it, and we're gonna make our way over there. Oh! I just found some high fertility soil. There seems to be a decent bit here as well. So we're just gonna go ahead and name that real quick, and we'll give it a seed icon. We will definitely be back for that another day. And it actually seems to be sunny over here. By the way, look at the base from here. It looks so peaceful. And just imagine it with a big farm next to it. It's gonna look great. By the way, I'm also keeping my eye out for pretty much any other stone. Right now, we basically only have granite around us. And even when I go over this mountain and look at the other mountains, it's just granite. Just a little bit of slate would go a long way. Oh god, that's a moose. Oh god, no, I think he's coming after me. I'm getting stuck on everything. Yeah, he's definitely mad at me. There's no way I'm taking on a moose right now. Just keep running. Oh, I wish I had my bow. That would have been such an easy kill. I think I am going to be making a bow very soon just for hunting, to be honest. Because even with the damage debuff, I still could have killed that easily with a smaller bow. But right now, I'm definitely not killing that with a Falx. I would just make it very angry before it killed me, you know? But we should be here. And I guess we can just go down to this part because it's the lowest part and we're going to dig down. Basically, we're just digging straight down to the mantle and hopefully we'll hit something. And if it doesn't work, what we're going to do is we're going to just start doing it a whole bunch around us as well. And eventually, we should be able to hit something. Oh, that is bismuth. Normally, I'm used to having that juicy ores mod, which makes it pop out a tiny bit. But I so easily could have just brushed past that. Yeah, so we definitely went pretty far down, but it could have been so much worse. I also have max height on my world, by the way, so I'm not sure how much deeper the mantle is, but I gotta assume that it's a lot deeper. But we did find it, and I'm just gonna add some ladders back up to the surface so we can escape pretty easily. Oh yeah, I wish I brought some more torches. Okay, it's fine. We're just gonna come up here and grab some grass real quick. We'll make a couple extras. My world has been extra dangerous, I swear. So, might as well grab some. So, let's make a whole bunch. We got 5 extras. We'll light them down there. We'll just throw one right here, and we'll use that to light the rest. There we go. Okay, let's just mine around here because I made it a little bit more difficult on myself. But it's here, it's ours. So anyway, I'm gonna grab as much as I can. I'm basically just gonna scoop up all of it real quick. Then we're gonna go home and make ourselves some bronze. I've never even made bismuth bronze, so this will be a new experience for me as well. But I'm sure it's a lot like tin, but I wish I got that instead because I could have given it to our trader and we would have the location of the archives by now. I doubt I'm gonna do that anytime soon, but it would have been cool to have, you know. Okay, so I think that was all of it. And we managed to get 1,550 units. So that is absolutely massive for us. Oh yeah, I need a way to get out of here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we should be able to go home right now and make some. That should keep us set for quite a while. But I also do gotta get some more copper real quick. We kind of burned through all of it and we gotta mix it with copper to get bronze. Luckily, I've been marking some more down. Okay, there is copper here. And hopefully we can get that copper. Oh, okay, there we go. I was starting to lose hope. So yeah, look how deep this was. I don't know if that's the mod doing it. I don't know if it's because my world is so deep. But this is something I gotta remember. Sometimes the ores might be super deep. And by that, I really just mean the copper. Everything else is always usually deep. But the copper, dude, it's been way deeper than normal. And we managed to get 1,020. Wow, we could get an anvil up really quick. I don't think that we need it right now, though. So I might hold off on that. Because I think we need the bronze anvil if we want to get some iron up and going. But I don't think we're quite at iron yet. So it's not like we're in a super big rush. And we could just put that off for a little bit and make some good tools. Some pickaxes, a chisel, a pantograph would all be wonderful. Oh, that's a walnut tree. That is amazing. I'm finding so many trees that I haven't seen. Except for that one expedition that I went like 60,000 blocks away from my spawn. We are getting so lucky. I don't know what's up with that. But anyway, we made it back. And immediately we're going to break my hammer. So there's 1,550 units. We'll break that. And it's still alive. But there we go. That should be enough for a little bit. I do have a crucible in here already, even though it's super dark. I don't know what's up with that. Now I gotta figure out the ratio for this. We put all of our copper in there, and then I'm just gonna keep adding this until it lets me. I know that there's an actual calculator that we can use, but we don't need to, you know? It's not completely necessary. Wait, is it like 1-to-1 or something? Because it's taking a lot from me right now. Okay, we'll pull up a calculator. Okay, so fun fact, I looked it up, and apparently we also need some zinc. So we're just gonna look around and see if I have any zinc around. Zinc is another one that I don't think I've ever seen. Also, there is tin over here. I just noticed that. I completely forgot what tin was called because I haven't had to use it in such a long time. But as it turns out, there's a lot of tin near me. And if I don't find the zinc, I could always go and get some. Wait, there was pour over here as well. There was a chance for us to get tin over here because that is where we just mined. And it seemed like it was my best chance for it as well. So yeah, I don't see zinc. Unless it's called something different, which I'm sure it is. But I think we're just gonna go out and find some tin tomorrow. Is there anything else that we can use that bismuth for? See, I wanted bismuth bronze. That was the plan. I can also make bismuth ingots. But what is that used for? I know I can make plates with it. I can get the Jonas pieces. Oh, I can make lanterns with it. So it wasn't a complete failure. Hold on, I'm gonna get all that copper real quick. And we're just gonna get 100 units of it going. And we're gonna see if I can pour a pickaxe. I kinda doubt it, but we're gonna exhaust all the options, okay? And hopefully our coal is ready. So let's open it. And yeah, we definitely have coal. So let's just grab enough for a smelt. We'll just throw the coal in, and I can grab the torch. What's really cool about this setup that I have right here is I can actually use my torch because we are under a roof, and I don't expect that to be an issue here. Okay, so it is melted. We'll pick it up real quick, and let's see. Can I pour it into this? No. No, I definitely cannot. Ah, what a shame. And it's got such a cool color. Look at that. Oh, I can actually see the inside of that now. See, that's what it was meant to look like. But anyway, it's dark out, so let's go to bed. And we're up. Luckily, the rain does seem to be going away, and I'm gonna head right back to where we found that bismuth. We're gonna start digging around there as well. I have another full pickaxe. We still got about 2 stacks of ladders, so there's a chance that we come out of there with tin today. Okay, so our bismuth tunnel is right about here, and honestly, we're just gonna go down and keep digging. We already have a tunnel that goes down pretty far, and I don't think that we made it anywhere near the mantle, and at the very least, there's probably a high chance of us finding bismuth, so it won't be a complete loss, you know? Ooh, I just found some quartz, but apparently I can't even break it until I get bronze. I guess we'll just dig around it real quick. We'll still get some ladders up. Oh. Oh, that's actually tin. I thought that was coal for a second. Okay, we're the luckiest people alive. See, I didn't even go that far down. Wow, it's hard to see with this torch in my hand. Yeah, I didn't even go that far down. We'll just ladder back up real quick. See, this is the original tunnel that we went down. The bismuth is right there. We hit this quartz. I went over a couple blocks, dug down, and our tin is right down there. Honestly, I never knew that they could be so close. This is what I'm talking about. The dig down strategy is just so OP. There's no reason to sit there with your prospecting pick doing the short node search. Just dig down a bunch with a bunch of ladders in your set. And there we go. I think that was the last piece. We dug out quite a bit and there was a bunch here, and we got 890 this time. Not as much as last time, but that will still be plenty for a short term. But that'll still be plenty for the short term. And when we need more, I think I'm just going to come back to this exact tunnel and start digging down again. Watch, I'll find zinc here next. It's possible, and I'd be pretty happy with it. And we're out of the mines. There's a bunch of goats here, and some berries I never collected. Don't mind if I do, we'll have a snack on the way back home, which is exactly where I'm headed now and where you'll see me next. Oh god, I think I'm being chased by a wolf right now. Yeah, there definitely is one. Do I risk it? There's no reason for me to risk it. You're on my turf! We got this. Why you look so scary? Oh, I'm so bad at melee combat. I'm also not great with archery, but you know, I'm more used to archery. We did it! We killed our first wolf. That is so much more terrifying than using archery, but we got some fat and some hide, which is exactly what we needed. That's another backpack right there. So we're going to get that oiled up immediately. I think it was worth the risk. You know what's funny is that I'm afraid of these goats more than I am of wolves. These things scare me, okay? They're real fast. And they can mess you up. Their looks are deceiving. We're also bringing them back to the base. Hey, sir. You know what? You know what? You know? Oh, God. Oh, don't tell me I died to him. Don't do this to me, game. We did it. What hide do you give me? Please tell me it's a medium. Please, medium. Okay. 2 medium. And that's a lot of food. Okay, that was so incredibly worth it. So we're going to oil up another one. And that'll be 2 backpacks for us. So we're just going to put them down in front of the fire pit. And let's go down to store the food. Wow, it's real dark in here. Not good. We'll just place one right there. We'll throw the food in there. And we got about 6 days until we got to eat it. And 1 hide will go in there, which will last 19 days. And holy crap, we are almost dead. We're taking no more chances this video. But let's break our hammer. And it actually broke that time. We got 390 to work with. I think that should be plenty for us. Let's just throw all this in, then all this. No, I think it needs less. There we go, a perfect 1100. Let's drop some coal in there and let's get it lit. There we go. I think the first thing that I'm gonna do is we're gonna make ourselves a pickaxe. Then we're immediately making ourselves a falx blade, and the rest are gonna go into these ingots. And we can start to turn that into chisels and stuff. And it's ready to be made. So let's pick it up. We're gonna start with the pickaxe. Then I decided I was gonna do all the other tools. I really do like to have a good axe. I like to have a good shovel. I like to have a good sword. This one will be a chisel right here. This one will be a pantograph. And we'll figure out what to do with the rest of it later on. We'll just fill up some ingots for us to use. Oh, I stepped on this. I thought I got hit by something. But there we go. But, oh, I stepped on another thing. But we did it. Let's just put that back on and grab my coal. And then we're going to inch our way back inside the house without stepping on some more. With this stuff, oh my. Wow, I'm terrible. Anyway, with this stuff, we'll officially be in the Bronze Age. And I couldn't be more excited. But anyway, I'm impatient. So I'm just going to go to bed. And hopefully all of that will be done by the time that we wake up. And we're up. And it does seem like they've cooled down. So let's pick them all up. Except for the ingots. That'll do. And let's get our first bronze tools made. Oh yeah, I should have made 2 pickaxes. Okay, one of those ingots will go into a pickaxe. But here we are. We officially have an entire bronze set of tools. And I'd say that we're in the Bronze Age. So that being said, guys, I think we're going to call it here. In the next one, we're definitely going to get up some lanterns. That is going to be the main priority. Obviously, to do that, we're going to need a ton of glass. And we might even go for the beehive pit kiln. I think that would be extremely nice to have, especially in the early days when it matters the most. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining, and I'll see you next time.